Are you alright?
Yeah, my mouth tastes like dirt though.
And my mouth tastes like Bitch Boy struggles to open a door, but I loosened it enough for him to open it, and he discovers a woman. How progressive. The man bodies freak out from this new development more than my geriatric neighbor does when she finds out that I'm spying on her. Need a hand? So Shinji waits for an elevator ride, grinds the angel's head up against a wall, gets launched out, ground pounds the angel, and attempts to rip its dick off. Fire Muff goes on a date with a 30-year-old man to get a revealing swimsuit for a school trip. Pog.
Why am I alive again?
I was gonna make a joke about this is what I say to myself, but then the question confused me. And instead of having a shower, gets his pube bulb polished by a penguin. Mommy Milkers is unfazed by a little boy's penis.
Care to hide it?
And tells him to cover his flopper. Turns out that it lied about having a weakness to bubbles, just like how I lied about my dick size on Tinder. For anyone wondering, 12 inches is unrealistic. Robot turns off gravity and appears behind Blue Girl, mounts her and does a little bit of light splooging, just like what I did to your mum. Angel arrives, Junji does all the work, splits the angel in two, gets a 2-for-1 deal, great success. The Avas are murdered and partially buried, just like what I did to those women in 2003. Luckily they won't need Junji for much longer because they've started construction on 9 new Avas and defeated 90% of the angels with only 4 episodes left. You're probably asking what's the fucking point, and I'm asking, when does my misery end? Some questions will never be answered. A nuke goes off in the middle of a populated city as everyone is killed, and our main characters embark on a journey 50 meters down the pavement. They survive this because of course they do, and now they're riddled with all forms of cancer and maimed bodies. Blue Girl breaks the condom, giving the eyeball a facial, causing the second coming of Hiroshima. Yeah, I don't feel good about that one. Airbags ask why they're so protective over Unit 1 and not about the child, and ask the question that we're all wondering, what are the Avas? Megatron, bitch! Why can't I do a Transformers sound? Why am I autistic? The Ava collapses over just like me after I make my wee-wee sneeze in a lady. Can I say it faster? No! The Ava collapses over just like me after I make my wee-wee sneeze in a lady. Ha! Gotcha, bitch! She appears to be mentally ill, but still more stable than my bowel movements in comparison. I have a bad case of diarrhea. As common sense would have it, Bitch Boy doesn't even know how to fucking walk, and falls over like a drunk white girl on a night out on the town. Bitch Boy starts getting stretched out like that drunk girl. Surely I can't put that in. Masato floats in the ocean like a log on a toilet and gets minimal damage, and a receipt full of PTSD. It pulls its lover in closely to give it a kiss and kicks it away.
The angel is still active and advancing.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
Surprisingly, the city was actually destroyed this time. All the other battles that they had in the city was just a minor inconvenience. It's amazing what a nuke can do on its second attempt. Don't say it. Just ask Nagasaki. This is why people think I'm an arsehole. I get it. Bitch Boy takes a train ride to the red light district, witnesses a couple getting frisky, and gets upset and entitled that he isn't the one getting dick tonight. Hard edit to him sitting on the edge of a cliff. Do a flip! Bitch Boy is praised by Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and is more shocked than this picture of an ape that I found on Bing. The goo causes Ray's arm pain, so logically they remove the useless appendage, surprising no one that causes more pain. Heyman's having a meeting with Dr. Evil, turns out they're collecting fetuses. Yummy.
This is Adam.
And this is awkward, don't give me fuck eyes please, I'm a virgin. Episode 25 and most of 26 is basically filler, where all characters talk about how depressed they are, and what they want, i.e. to be loved and shit. We get it, so I'll spare you this existential crisis about your father not loving you. Bitch Boy basically calls her an old hag, Mommy Milkers gets offended, chugs a 40 and starts a 1-week bender behind the wheel. Turns out that the angel is a cluster of nanomachines, so how do you stop an angel from fusion dancing with a computer? By giving it exactly what it wants. Let it take the Magi out for a date, wait for them to start a loving relationship, get married, and kill them both! Black Widow promotes herself to commander, and that was easier than convincing people to smell my finger. You want to smell? It's fresh, I swear. And Tit stands there questioning the meaning of life and how to get those goddamn free Robux. That question still eludes me.
You're thinking in Japanese right now, aren't you? You have to be thinking in German, you idiot!
Yeah, you dumb shit, for fuck's sake! Use some common sense!
Why am I stuck with this crap just because I was born a woman? And I absolutely don't want children anyway.
Honestly, who does? It's a pussy, not a clown car. Unit 1's arms get snapped and we discover that the pilot and the robot experience the same pain. You're probably thinking, why would they think that that would be a good idea for them to share the same pain? Even though turning that pain shit off is a possibility, the answer to that is don't ask dumb fucking questions and to shut the fuck up, bitch. They find out that the angel has a fear of bubbles, so they blow more bubbles than the amount of guys that are born on Thursday.
The water is murky!
And the blood in my piss is unhealthy, pointing out the obvious. Your job is easy. So as soon as Shinji realizes that there's chunks in his piss jar becomes the moment he experiences pain. Convenient pain is convenient. Sorry, nobody is home. I think you have the wrong house. So this is a brothel. Opening hours have closed. Come back tomorrow.
Only lasted 7 seconds, likely just an adrenaline rush.
What's wrong with 7 seconds? That's completely average, is it not? Oh, shit. Bossman talks about how the final angel will arrive shortly, and has discovered that he has contracted LIGMA. Side note, this pretty much goes nowhere, so your guess is as good as mine as to what cumtow he got that fetus from, and why. Unit 1 is in pieces, just like my ex-wife who was stashed under the floorboards awaiting discovery. What? She fell down the stairs. The Powerpuff Girls clean between the foreskin 17 times so they may enter the muscly man bodies. Insert gay joke.
Wait, you still don't know? Unit 3's pilot is—
Your mum! Bro, it is fucking comical how many times Shinji almost found out. At this stage, I don't even think he'll ever find out. Not unless the plot demanded it. We witnessed sexual harassment in what I would consider an anti-pickup line because of how much of a backhanded compliment it was. But what would I know? The only relationship I formed is with my hand.
Are you trying to seduce me? Now's not the time, dear. There's a crabby-looking woman staring right at us.
Recovery would be virtually impossible.
Impossible? Bro, we have a better chance at finding a milk carton kid. They launch another missile because it almost worked the first time, but the angel grips onto the phallic object and gets another facial. We find out that there's a water leak and an unknown substance growing on the wall. Yummy! They say that this won't affect the test, but spoilers, a second later it affects the test. It's the end of the day and Fuckboy has to deliver homework to E-Girl. Unnamed Girl 3 asked if she can accompany him on his journey to lay pipe, but got shafted for Shinji. Bro, you traded a threesome for a spit roast. I almost feel sorry for you. That's a lie. I think you're dumb. Now that the Sticky Bandits have realigned their chakras, they start their dance recital entitled Kick That Prick in the Dick, Me When Sex.
Mr. Rokubungi and I have been in a relationship for some time. He can be very cute once you get to know him better.
The children are in class as Old Man Smithers talks about the first impact, aka his Vietnam War stories. Bitch Boy gets a message asking if he is the pilot of the robot, and as a pursuit to get his dick wet, he has no issue divulging the fact that he is the one who leveled a number of buildings and broke the Geneva Convention. This battle that would rival the gods awakens Masato looking more pissed off than the Bible bashers that one time I made a joke about Jesus. Bitch Boy sinks into depression, hashtag relatable, that's how you appeal to the masses, talking about fucking people's mums, totally fine. Talking about crippling depression, that's where I draw the line.
You two are being indecent!
Indecent? They're cosplaying 80s yoga mums. At least they're clothed, also who are you? Anyway, Science Woman is naked in front of the Sith Council for no reason. You get no more context than that. I no longer give a shit. That Ray thing really pissed me off. Nerd Boy is playing out in the woods with a loaded gun, and PTSD from his war days. He notices Bitch Boy tiptoeing through the tulips. Nerd Boy says that he's jealous and wishes that he could pilot an Ava. Bitch Boy says that he shouldn't want that because that would worry his mother. Nerd Boy pulls out the Uno reverse card, and says that his mother's already dead as shit. Unfortunately, Woman 3 has mommy issues and won't allow this to happen, so the new plan is to make it digivolve to its final form to commit game end. You're probably wondering, how the fuck does that work? I don't know, man. I don't ask questions. I don't work here. It's science. Who cares? Unit 3 does a 360 no-scope, Shinji fails the QuickTime event and gets fucking beamed. Fucking 6-2 still got a 3-inch screw. Why did I say that? Masato continues to cry as Shinji is assembled and splooged out of Dreamland, because the plot needs to proceed. Who cares if it doesn't make sense? Here is your wet nude nubile boy that you ordered, now leave me alone. The Allspark starts penetrating the Earth with no one to stop it, turning this PG-friendly show into an R-rated straight-to-VHS sequel. Viewer discretion is advised. The Ava's Naruto run into danger, leaving the residents of the city into statistics. I'm not redoing that. Fuck you. And the residents of the city draw, please help me, I've fallen and I can't get up. Back to you in the studio. Carrot Top decides it's a good idea to change clothes in a stairwell with a pervert on the loose. That was smart.
Why is it all boys are idiots and so horny all of the time?
Good question.
They assess both the Avas and come to the conclusion that they are both fucked. Somehow they were able to get Unit 1 back in its shoebox looking like me after my lobotomy surgery by a doctor that goes by, Doctor, it all went wrong. Blue Girl's robot is welded into place, unable to move just like what I did to that woman last Tuesday with a handful of Zans. And if any law enforcement agents are watching, she's alive and well, Your Honor. So they open up the supercomputer and find inspirational quotes on sticky notes, included but not limited to, "Screw you, Akari." I'm feeling more inspired than a white woman who read the words, "All things are possible if you believe." Yeah, Karen, well, I believe I'm a lactating moose. Does that make it true? No, it just makes me delusional.
Miss Misato, how did I do on the test just now, huh?
Fucking shit, cunt. Questionably consensual sexy time. Close your eyes. Glad to see someone's getting some action. Bastard.
Please, Asuka, sweetie. Please die with me.
No thank you. Double it and give it to the next person. This woman has survived the onslaught because it wouldn't be much of a story if there was no characters. I'll mark that one down as schizophrenia, possible delusion, identity disorder, and a possible depression. Oh look, a bingo! You win an assortment of pills and a cigarette! AV Unit 3 is being transported like Jesus because aerodynamics is a foreign concept. Checkmate, atheists! Oh, how convenient! A new challenger arrives at the worst possible time. It's almost as if this is scripted. What? She's having performance issues and accomplishes nothing. Just like me in bed.
It might be better for him not to come back. Why's that?
Because I bullied him into a suicide note. I might possibly be his 13th reason why. High five. I too was once weak and pathetic like you. Then I tried meth. So Unit 3 walks away as if he finished the job.
You still left the other one, Phil! You've done half a job and you got a full smile.
Contacting Nerve HQ without phone's gonna be challenging, I'll be honest, but have you considered messenger pigeon?
Every second you're not running, I'm only getting closer.
She makes her move smoother than my dick and balls after I apply a bottle of lotion on a lonely Friday night.
Air conditioning is humanity's greatest invention.
I would think that the fighting robots with lasers would be more impressive, but I guess I wouldn't know what it's like to have a pool of sweat under my massive warlocks. Masato is being put into a UPS parcel and shipped to an orphanage. Daddy Katsuragi is killed by a tsunami, and something's telling me that this isn't a natural occurrence. Just a theory though. My film theory. At this point of writing the script, I have no idea if he ends up becoming an Ava pilot again, but I'll bet my left nut that he does indeed become an Ava pilot again. If you think otherwise, you deserve to be thrown into the gulag.
The high seas are our domain.
And the Shadow Realm is my domain. Don't come to school tomorrow. I mean it. Shinji has said that his friends have moved away, but my working theory is that they're buried under 50 feet of rubble. Conveniently, Bitch Boy cries about having no friends, and any holes a goal enters his life. It gets late and they're awoken by Bigfoot outside their tent, ready to diddle some buttholes. The Magi that he's talking about is their supercomputer that houses their launch codes Virgin Bucks and Fairyborn. Granting access isn't an option. Nerve attempt to use projectiles because we all know that they have a 100% track record of working on angels. I didn't flop there, shut the fuck up. Freckles launches the Ava with no consideration for human lives and shatters a boat into a million pieces, just like what my ex did with my blood pumping organ.
I could always choose the domestic life, you know. That is, if I can find someone suitable.
You do end up doing that, but your idea of suitable is questionable. You married an evil supervillain. What, did you just phone it in that day? For possible love interest, we have a guy that looks like his name is Philip, and Balthazar, the destroyer of worlds. I guess he'll do. Bitch Boy arrives at the train station to get jumped by Wario and Waluigi, ready to dropkick Shinji's Goomba for a shiny gold coin.
Wow.
I'm hopeless. I know I'm hopeless.
Ew.
Why won't you die already?
The words I said to myself 30 centimeters away from the mirror somehow makes it into the script.
That's quite the mess you made.
Thank you, konnichiwa. Bitch Boy realizes that he's not himself without other people in a Snickers. Once he learned his lesson, he snapped back to reality.
But on the surface, he looks calm as spaghetti.
And he would throw you under the bus for a rolled up 20 to blow off a leprechaun's dick with. That was basically like an I love you, but the other person says okay. Not like I know anything about that. The council believed that the angel was trying to establish communication. Yeah, and I was attempting to make you shit yourself out of boredom. We can all make dopey sentences, whether or not it means something is another story.
The air in here is starting to get stale.
You know what else is stale? Sex with me. Any takers? Science Woman says that it's Unit 1's will to keep Shinji as a liquid. That way he's more digestible to consumers. Bitch Boy decides to quit because he's more useless than a white crayon.
After all, fighting is a man's job.
That's sexist. Wait until Twitter finds out about that one. They try and stay quiet as to not wake Masato, but Orangutan announces her presence louder than a
Siamang.
ape in heat.
Now, if you could please sign this.
Man, this document is asking me if I can join your Reddit furry community. You drive a hard bargain.
This was a blatant cover-up at work.
But bottom bitch sees right through this bullshit, much like the tapeworm in your asshole. See a doctor. We get a flashback as to how Blue Girl became disabled. They're testing Ava Unit 0 for LIGMA, but discover it has BOFA. The angel plays a game of Got Your Toes, and looms under Shinji, just like how I loom over your mother while she sleeps. Give us a smooch, love.
Father.
What is it? Spit it out.
Shinji ran off and caught depression about no one wanting her. Hashtag relatable. They finally find her after 7 days, looking more dehydrated than Sponge Robert and Patricus. Woman 360 scissor kicks the boy, chokeholds him and slams him down. Fucking wish that was me. Subscribe so I can pay off my wife's child support.
You want us to catch it with our hands?
Correct.
She reveals the plan, and luckily Ed, and Eddie are pros at catching L's, so they'll have no trouble with this task. She makes it sound like they're catching baseballs, and I have trouble believing that they would be able to manage that, let alone Space Jesus. Eddie pulls a goal, makes a move, and Shinji gets a boner. The lights go out, and Shinji was cucked by electricity.
We gotta go to bed.
With you?
Luckily, this doesn't change much, as Manlips tells Shinji he's a delicate boy. Emo Girl is ejected and is sent flying into a brick wall, like a fly that can't work out what the fuck a window is, causing blunt force trauma and a Make-A-Wish. So Shinji is cucked and Unit 1 has full control to take questions and ask names later. Bro, I still had 3 more guesses on that hangman, this game's fucking rigged. Bitch Boy is inserted into the robot, becomes a pony in a jar and fucking dies. So they launch the robot and the future corpse to fight. Unit 1 grips onto your mum's dildo and finishes the job that your father couldn't do.
I don't want to be alone!
Don't abandon me.
Don't cast me aside.
Don't kill me.
Bro, I'm not a psychiatrist. This is a sperm bank. I think you have the wrong building. Shinji gets a hug from a naked woman, and I get a sense that life isn't fair. The power of a woman's touch breaks my hymen and confirms that I am indeed the next Bachelorette. Didn't know you specifically made an appearance in the show. Good for you. Alvin and the Chipmunks respectfully observe women in their natural habitat and starts listing off Blue Girl's body parts, like a registered sex offender.
Ayanami's Bazoongas? I already know what you're thinking.
But do keep in mind that I'm a sex offender.
This script is longer than my suicide note. Gingy freaks the fuck out more than my therapist does after I mention that I have a collection of toaster bath bombs. She asks what the fuck he's doing here. He fumbles his words and remembers that he's not just here to get his noodle wet, but to give her a business card. Shinji is in prison on trial for eating crayons and sniffing glue.
Ayanami!
Well, it's been real. What the fuck is this horseshit? Almost kills the kid, but is saved by the power of plot armor and a woman with a set of massive cans. The angel gets a blow to the face, and just like your mother. What's with everyone losing arms? There's only so many hand jokes I can make before it starts becoming unfunny. Arguably, it wasn't even funny the first time. The boy rightfully freaks the fuck out after witnessing Leviathan Larry. Hey, did someone order an extra small pepperoni pizza with extra cheese? I'm here to please and see some double D's. Now with an open window of opportunity, Bitch Boy pulls up, pulls out and pulls the trigger, sending Ron the Rhombus straight to Jesus. Hey, do you want to see my Pokemon card collection? Bitch Boy blasts his load, gets whipped, drips and loses his tip. He now has a maximum of 5 minutes to end this before he stars in a hentai. The pizza guys arrive for the Devil's Triangle without the pizza. Bitch Boy asks himself the question, what are the Avas? The voices in his head weren't able to answer his question, so for your viewing pleasure, I'll break the magician's code for you. It's a big fuck-off robot. Sadly, Shinji ran out of power before he could finish. Am I right, fellas? We've all been there. High five.
Call me Misato, alright?
I think I'll call you Mummy Milkers. The kaiju bar heart blasts a few hundred citizens of the city. Bitch Boy simps over a lobotomy patient. So they play rock, paper, scissors for who's gonna be on top. Bitch Boy loses and I get the arse end to myself. Science Woman tries to ask a question about these new Avas, but no one was brave enough to tell her that the microphone wasn't plugged in. They drop out of the plane at 33,000 feet unfazed, and starts chasing the robot to ask about its extended car warranty.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Suck my fucking dick, dude. In conclusion, Neon Genesis is shit, and Sword Art Online is based. Now fuck off.